All right, how are we? Welcome along to the Rusha and the Shaban show. Cheers, everyone, to the end of the season.
Cheers.
In the WSL.
Aye, don't mind
in the championship. Cass, you've been magnificent in the WSL this season, Cass.
Do you know what? I've been robbed. I've been robbed of a player of the season. Do you not agree?
Well, there's still time because Cass, because you know, when will your end of season be, or do you just not have that?
We're just at the start, Cass. We're at the start of the season right now. But I've technically been in training since the end of July, maybe. I've not really had a long break as such, Cass. But what I will tell you, great ends to the season. It's been great, hasn't it?
Unreal. Please please subscribe if you haven't already. My friends, especially to my channel if you haven't already, because I'm nearly at 20k.
I've been under 30k for a while now. I'm talking nearly the guts of a year, and I can't get to 30k on YouTube. It's pissing me off.
You know what you need?
Minge.
No, not Minge.
No,
you need a Euros.
Yeah, and luckily, I'll see you. I might not see you. I'll be working.
This is true.
So we'll be on the old telephone to each other. I have to get the calls up and running. And look, don't stress.
You've been very quiet when you're away, like in the weeks. You're very quiet, and I take it that's a good thing. Like you're fine.
I think it's because we train at night time,
so that's when I would normally speak to you.
Aye, and you're in your bed early. I'm probably just getting home, Cass, and you're away at your bed.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I mean? You're away at bed. Hopefully you've cleaned your minge and washed your face, and I'm just getting home to make myself a bite to eat before I get sorted and into bed.
Mm-hmm.
Then I'm lying there wired till about 1 a.m.
Is that?
Yeah, can't really switch off. Let's see your gnashers, Cass. That's good. Look at them. You happy? No, you need to keep them white. Okay.
Hold on, I'm coming over.
Oh, she's coming to give us all a smile. That's fucking scary, that is.
Gorgeous.
Lucky you can't smell your breath through the lens, isn't it? No. I'm buzzing with my new teeth. Yeah, they do look good.
Shout out Sachin.
Yeah.
Sachin Patel, Iram, all you lot of harping and smiles. You're making me smile.
And
I liked my
Obex
smile.
Dental.
And Obex Dental, all y'all. Because I was happy with my smile, but then they've just taken it and they've taken it up a notch.
Another level. I think they've made it more like, what I'll say, it looks a lot better. And a lot bearable to look at you, especially if you've got people
so you can really notice
on the podcast. Do you know what I mean? Aye, well, before you had big jobby teeth, do you know what I mean?
No, I didn't.
You did.
My teeth were nice.
Your teeth were all right. Your teeth were all right, but now they're a lot better.
For your journey to be underway.
What do you mean? I have my Invisalign right here, and I'm on track. Hopefully, if all goes well, July. I just need to taking them out right now for doing this because I'm slabber all over myself when I'm speaking.
I would lisp with them in, and obviously with my job. Mine's took like double the time they should have because I had to keep taking them out for work.
Stuff like this.
Welcome to Top Foot.
Yeah. Yeah.
So no. But get there. For you though.
Yeah.
Here, you've got a hairy face.
Oh, have I?
I think they're going to be blonde in the sun.
Just a wee bit of sun there. And Fiona, your daughter said to me when I was back 2 weeks ago, she went, "Why have you got a moustache?" I said, "Excuse me?" I pushed her down the stair. But that'll teach you. That'll teach you.
She didn't do that. That is one of her weird jokes. I'm starting to think I'm getting a bit of hairy face. It's just an age thing.
I think everyone has it, but you probably see them a lot more now. But you see people that do this a derma.
That's what I'm thinking. Do I get my hands on a derma thing?
Hopefully so, Cass. Hopefully so.
I was speaking to somebody one day and I was like, "Oh my God, you've got the hairiest face I've ever seen." Like she looked like an animal. Like she was like a cross between a human and a coyote.
I think some people must have it. It's like a hormone imbalance, maybe.
It is. I think it is.
Yeah, which is a shame.
Sorry about that.
But like you can get stuff like that now. You can do that kind of stuff or do laser. I wouldn't want to have a full facial beard myself. But each to their own. If you want to have a beard, good for you.
Did you see that?
Good for you.
Did you see that TikTok I sent you? The Aussie woman on the beach. That cracked me up.
My mange.
She's like,
pubes.
Hey, you better be all right. If you see me on the beach, I'm not going to shave my minge because you're scared of a woman's fucking pubes. I was like, that's brilliant. Just this old woman sitting on the beach. Very
No,
funny.
I'd get my pubes off. My spider legs are frightening at times. They just come back with a vengeance, man.
I know.
It's non-stop.
It's constant.
Yeah.
That's the thing. You're getting your Botox done. You're getting your teeth done. You need to maintain your hair. My roots are coming in. I'm going to go see my gal Karen next week. You need your Botox yesterday. That's all I'm saying.
Well, I'm about 3 months
Are
overdue.
you seeing Sachin tomorrow?
No, because I don't think I could get in. So, and Dan, I think I checked her calendar and she was fully booked. So I might drop her a wee text after this and see if she can fit me in. But my thing is, I'm back. I've 2 podcasts and I'm away. Very short window, so it's really hard.
Window.
So I might need to go over to Dublin and get it done over in Dublin somewhere.
Yeah.
That's on my to-do list.
Very true.
I mean, yeah, I'll just have to do that. That's next week's task.
Yeah.
I'm not thinking.
But listen, we sound like an insecure couple of vain bitches right now.
Because we are.
You stay true to you. Do not feel the pressures. We've felt the pressures and now we've caved.
I like the comments where people come in going, you're a disgrace, you're supposed to be setting an example to young women. I'm like,
here's the example.
Don't tidy up a wee bit.
Don't have a beard.
Don't have a beard. Brush your teeth and get your Botox done. And you'll live happily ever after.
And then they say the Botox, we shouldn't go into it because we will get in trouble, but the Botox is a preventative and all that kind of stuff. So us getting it now mean we're going to look young as when we're 50.
I have been where I've been in Ireland right now. There's a wee area and there's a lot of old people and I keep bumping into them. And I've had a few.
What chats?
Where, yeah, I've sat and had chats to them, like having my coffee and having a chat.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Is it nice?
Yeah. Bless them.
How old are we talking?
80s, over 80s. Some of them.
Oh my God, get them on the podcast.
Some of them getting it out about the place quite well, and then some bumped into a few and they're struggling a bit. Then there was one, I was in the lady the other day, one had hit the pavement. One had hit the pavement. And wasn't good. But the paramedic had got there. They'd got there and there was people there, so I left.
Were you crying?
I did have a tear as I walked by. I was like, fucking hell. Oh, sick. But yeah, I'm surrounded by old ones right now and they get me and I'm due on right now.
Are you a bit emotional?
Yeah.
Oh, Cass.
Yeah. But look, it's a circle of life, isn't it, Cass? It's a circle of life.
I'd pay or do anything to be able to have Nanny back for a cuddle. Because she was just so lovely, wasn't she?
We chit chat. You always think about that, like when you're older, then you could do a lot more, spend a bit more time, or take them out a bit more when you have your own independence and do that kind of stuff. But look, Cass, that's life, and that's why you've got to spread the love.
Shoulda, woulda, coulda. Live each day while you can.
That's it.
Wow. When are you due? Fuck me. This is all a bit deep.
A bit deep. Are you okay?
I think I'm due on as well.
You're due on too. I'm a few days away. I've got to be.
We watched. Have you seen 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri? Have you seen that movie?
Excuse me? No.
3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri. It must be about 8 years old now, maybe. Won the Oscars. She won the Oscar for it. Frances McDormand, I think. It's Best Supporting Actor won it. It might have won Best Film. Anyway, great movie. I watched it years ago on a plane going to New York. With my friends and was bawling, right? And the air hostess were like, "Ma'am, ma'am, why are you crying?" And I was like, "Shut up, Jesus Christ!" Anyway, it was really, really emotional. And then we watched it last night just because we're like, "What should we do?" I wanted a rom-com. We settled for 3 Billboards. He was okay with that. And honestly, Rush, I woke up this morning so dehydrated because I cried for about part of an hour and a half.
Oh, really?
And it's not that sad.
I've never even heard of it.
Oh, it's Rush. It is an absolute cracking movie.
I'll watch it then. I'll give that a
Thank
watch.
me later.
My popcorn and my Kleenex.
Honey, what else was cracking was the end of the season because
back to football.
WSL was, wow. Yesterday, let's just go through the results, shall we? Arsenal, let's start there actually at the Emirates.
Were you there, Cass?
I wasn't there. Jamie was there.
Cora, you all right?
Jamie was there. No, I wasn't invited.
All right.
To be fair.
Oh.
They won 4-3 and actually looked so comfortable for a period of time. And then Manchester United come back into it. I actually think Arsenal were due a penalty as well for a bit of handball at one point, but the referee was miles and miles off it. But I would say that was definitely a handball and definitely should have been a penalty. I actually think Arsenal, in the way that they finished the season, albeit it got hairy last night, to finish in second, above Man United, who have had a very good campaign, it's decent despite the last couple of league results.
You've only seen that a few weeks ago, Cass. But yeah,
just the last couple of league results were embarrassingly bad.
Yeah.
And I stand by that. Was this?
Jesus Christ, no need for the scream. Jesus.
Which I like.
I feel like, we obviously, they dropped off a bit there. That was probably just the end of the season. We touched on that. End of season, their focus is on Champions League. I think they knew they were going to be getting Champions League again anyway, but to really secure that, finish second, it's good. But I think that's it. Their main focus is on the big game that is coming up. Then you look at the other teams. They're in. They've got a tournament, a round robin tournament. But then to me, I look at Chelsea and you go, what is that? 10 points? They finished ahead of everyone, something like that.
Yeah.
Where you go, wow, what a powerhouse! They've really dominated the league, and I think even for yesterday for Chelsea to go unbeaten. And again, we've seen them score a few 90+ minute goals.
Yeah,
as a real credit to them and their sort of strength, determination, and just their mentality. Like, you cannot take that away from Chelsea. Obviously, they'll be kicking themselves at their Champions League sort of thing, but I think domestically, they've absolutely pumped people. They've really been a big powerhouse, and we know that they were, but to go on, be unbeaten and do that, they're a real credit to themselves. Give yourselves a wee clap, Chelsea.
Well done, Chelsea.
Chelsea clap. Well done.
What is that? 6th consecutive title? Someone needs to challenge it early on next season. They really do.
Because you know, that your space, the margin for error right now is so low. It's so you're not getting away with much, and we've seen that in the Championship there. You got away with a bit more previously. Years before, you got away with a bit more, and right now it's like you're going, Birmingham probably going, oh my God, what is it?
This big stream of light? I don't even know what's coming from.
It's coming through, I think, that bit in the blinder.
Oh no.
Right.
I'll be okay.
So she's all right, everyone. Don't
I'm going to be
all right. I've slashed her.
Send me a tenner.
But yeah, what an end to the season. What an end to the season. Was thoroughly enjoyable. Did you watch the Birmingham London City game?
I saw the majority of it.
Right.
To be fair, it was a good quality game, to be honest, and it was so tight. Seeing a season go to the end of the wire like that, the first time that a Championship game had been put on mainstream TV. Obviously, as we discussed on your channel last week, Michelle Kang is bringing in,
the dollar bill,
and come the cameras, But we know Birmingham and the job they can do in the WSL. It's always a bit of a struggle over these last how many years because of the investment. But now they've got big Tom Brady. This guy's come in. Lucy Quinn said it herself. They saw the almost overnight impact of him coming into the club and the change that they had. What is it? Something like 10 players now they've got let out of their contracts.
There was a fair few,
or
there
was.
10 that
they haven't
a good
re-signed.
8 or 9, it was high numbers,
So I'm looking and going, right, hold on a minute here.
Who are they bringing in?
Their next season, it's like, we're going up.
Yeah.
But then I look at the job at say Ipswich have done, maybe even teams like Newcastle, who have been putting in money, like big Saudi money. And at the moment, PESR doesn't really apply to the women's team. So I'm actually looking and going, fuck me, all of a sudden, excuse my language, I got pulled up from my language last week as well by somebody, but all of a sudden we might now start to see teams in the Championship threaten teams in the WSL because of what they're putting in, and I think we'll be able to measure that next season with Birmingham. Look at what Kang's done, London City, we know that. The fact that they've gone up, I think there was genuine doubts towards this time last year. Was it possible?
Yeah.
They got the job done, and people with money talk, money talks, they get the job done. There's more to it than that, but they'll bring in people, the best people, I
think we've seen that, they've been linked to a few players already and you're going, Jesus, if they pull that off, wow. But
so who are you hearing? Are you to say who you're hearing?
Not really. I've looked and seen some of the players that have been released and you're going, yeah, that could make sense, just through word of mouth, speaking to people going, oh, that could be like a rumour, nothing concrete, so don't want to spread rumours right now. Stuff like that. But then you look also Palace have came right back down, so I don't know how many players are out of their contract, so they'll be looking to go right back up. However, I did see a thing saying as though, wouldn't it be great? Obviously, I just seen the thing there saying that the relegation thing will still stand, which is fine.
Season,
I wouldn't mind my point of it being not happening, because I was like, well, let's grow the league. So I'm like, well, either let's let 2 teams come up to grow the WSL. Do you know what I mean? So we'll go to a team goes up and then a playoff. It would be great to have playoffs.
Playoffs. I mean,
2 or 3 teams going up would be amazing if they've got the financial backing. Yes, you don't want teams to go up to be
sent back down again. And that's happened in the Premier League.
Yeah.
Like the last 2 seasons, the teams that have come up have gone back down. Whereas before
but you look
that,
at the money that comes with that, like that's mental money. And
some clubs
some teams survive. Some teams can stay up. Look,
we've got
Villa.
That
team they went up. They stayed up there.
Fulham. I think to say the year Villa came up, the 2 other teams that went up stayed up. And I want to say the season that Forest came up, Fulham came up, and go on, Bournemouth.
Wasn't it? Where did they? Oh, I don't know now.
So now you look at,
I don't know.
That's pretty impressive. But it's a lot like this season. You know, it's been a bit of a shocker to be fair, but Southampton just woeful.
I think with that and all, when you've got like that, I feel like there's got to be better coaches and managers within the game too. And when the money's flying about, when the money's flying about now, I think that's important to have really good. Because I feel like that's how teams are going to get better. Teams won't get found out as much. Yes, I get some managers might just have a style of play and they're adamant and set in their ways. That's what they're doing. But yeah, great. Just a great end to season. It was enjoyable. It was really enjoyable going down to the wire. But yeah, hopefully going forward we get to see that team going up, maybe a playoffs happening, and growing the WSL and the Championship. Really growing where teams are investing. It's getting better and better. And that's just we've come such a long way to go, but it's on the right path. So
I wonder what Spurs are going to do. Like you look at, is that last year they went on the final? Is that last year Man United beat them in the FA Cup final? I think it was, wasn't it? Spurs Man United was in the final last year, and
no, it was it not? Was it?
Yeah.
When was the Chelsea Man United?
So we knew it was going to be
one, was it?
Yeah, and Man United lost, and then
I don't remember last year at all.
Was it Spurs Man United? I'm pretty sure it was.
Yes, I haven't all got a clue. I don't even know what happened yesterday.
It's the season before last. There was a Spurs Man United final.
We're spreading rumours everywhere. I don't really know.
But I look at Spurs this season, I'm like, 11th in the table. Okay, absolutely clearly reflects the parent club. Yeah.
11th.
10 points above Palace. I mean, Palace were the clear droppers, but I'm like, Spurs, no, like you were doing something so promising. It was happening. I think since losing Bizet and losing Clinton, like obviously they've lost 2 of the key players in that side.
Who've been big performers for United this year.
Big performers this year, you know.
Wow,
I'm like,
I didn't realise they were sitting in
such a drop off.
Yeah.
So I'm like, if you're going to put everything into it early and then think that'll be enough, it's not going to be enough. It's constant improvement. It's constant building on a side. That for me, I'm like, is simple. You know, and that's where I do give credit to Man United and Mark Skinner, even though let's swear again, they've got the Champions League route now. They could get Champions League football. They could get out of that qualifying system nicely, the way that they play. But I'm like, they built, they let players go, they made money, they brought in cash, and then they signed some good players, you know. And even though Tullis Joyce had an absolute shocker yesterday, you know, to replace Mary Earps, you know, she really stepped up.
But you look at that and you still look at United and you look at their points and the amount of points they've dropped. They've still dropped a fair few points. I know they've had a good season, but you're going, should they not be doing more? Should they not be better?
United? Yeah. Yeah, I mean, they finished a point two. Well, no, actually, in the end, it was 4 points behind Arsenal. Had they won yesterday, they would have finished second.
Yeah.
So I'm like, then they need to strive.
I'm just looking at that gap, like from the points.
Here,
that Chelsea are on.
City are such a disappointment now this season.
Cass, you were the one hanging outside them. You were hanging out them. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's on you.
What do you think now? What do you think this summer's looking like? Who's going where? What do you need to see?
No idea. And the thing is,
what do Arsenal need to do?
Arsenal are focused. Champions League, boom. They're focused on that.
I mean, next season
they have to. Yeah. I don't know how many players are. We've seen Ellistead's gone, Hurtig's gone. Is that the only 2 they've announced?
Yeah,
right now,
isn't it?
So, will there be a few more bodies? Well, that was just there a few days ago. They announced that they were leaving. That's the only players I've seen that they've announced that will be leaving Arsenal. And you're going, there could be a few more. If not, they've got to really recruit well. But the only thing for me is like Arsenal has got to have such a pool to get players in. I think especially just whatever they've created at the Emirates, like that, the fans, the attendances,
Yesterday
the
looked rocking, to be fair.
Do you know what I mean? That's
Looks
special.
great.
Like not a lot of clubs have that in that fan base. Yes, half of them are tapped. Yes, their songs are pretty boring, but they've got a lot
Arsenal
of fans that like to go. I'm just saying, just work on your songs. Let's just keep working on your atmosphere. To get about 2 or 3 songs.
When she's on the elbows, looking magical, she's got a goody crust. Hey, hey, hey.
They could do a lot more.
Do you think I
mean?
look like Kyra today?
I'll happily send them songs if they want.
Why don't you make them up a song?
I'll send them a fucking little album of my songs to help the little stadium get rocking.
You should do that.
I can do that for them.
Give back.
Create an atmosphere. Give back to them.
You're a long time dead, Kath.
So yeah, they've got players I think that they could get in really easily, but the recruitment seems to have almost not been great. How they've went about it. And now you're looking at the likes of Chelsea. They have to be able to compete with Chelsea, who are just going, we'll have you. And right now what Chelsea have is their serial winners. But the hardest thing for Chelsea is now going to be staying there at that level. Obviously with Emma Hayes going, Sonia Bonpastor coming in, you're going, it's still fresh, but you'd always talk of that. Teams have a sort of a 10-year window of being the top dogs and then they might fall off again. But the way Chelsea are going, you're going, yeah, they might have won bad season, but then I think they're just going to power on still. They look like the real dominant force in women's football right now, unless something goes absolute tits up.
But the one they won, they couldn't get again this season, you know.
Yeah. But again, I go, I get it, and you could play them, but they've played Barca a few times and they just can't seem to
get the better
crack it. They can't seem to crack it. And I'm like, did they change how they play against them? Do you actually be a bit more like, let's just park the bus? They've got like Chelsea have really good players, but I'm like, don't be as aggressive against them. Don't go as toe to toe against them. Just sit in more of a block and be like. They've got quality players, and I get when you're a player of the level and the calibre of player that Chelsea have, you've got the bit of arrogance, and you're like, no, we can do it this time. They really believe that, but I'm like, would you just change it up, because they've never really, they've played their own game, and Chelsea aren't this high press and aggressive team. We know that anyway. But I think could they be a wee bit more reserved and just be like, really stay in the game, and then see what happens. I don't know, but Barcelona seem to be on a different level, and really looking forward to the final that I won't see.
Oh, bless you! But we've got the cup final on the 15th.
When's that?
Or 18th? Next week.
Next week,
isn't it? Next Sunday. We're going to do a live watch along. By the way, the cup finals at 1:30 in the afternoon.
Am I supposed to be here? Is it a Sunday?
You are here.
Right, I need to book a flight because I've not got a flight yet.
Yeah, the 18th.
Trying to do that. Right.
I've got the kids, but I'm hoping they'll just watch TV and chill.
Okay.
I'm going to give them a busy morning. Honestly, I'm up the shitter with childcare, Cass.
Yeah.
Jamie's going away.
Could the two of us take them? Get Brooks's headset on them.
What, take him there if you can?
And we all just go. If I can get back, let me check flights after this, see what it is.
If you can come back and you want to go,
a bit easier.
I'll try and get us tickets.
Because I could just have Reva.
I know a guy, they're pricey, but they'd be worth it. I'd like to go. And if I just let him chill, and have his headphones on, maybe he would be okay with it, or maybe he'd be like, get me the hell out of here.
Would we have a box that we could get access to? Because then he could just sit in that chilling.
Anyone get a box you want to give us at the fucking Wembley next week for the cup final?
Well, guys, I thought we were connected. I'm
connected. People don't like you. They don't trust you. They're scared of you. Okay? So me and the kids will go.
Just really play the autism awareness card.
Yes, I can't play the autism card.
No?
Bless him. He's so sweet. Her, however. When are we going to get you diagnosed?
Did you see the video of the divers, and one of them's got the octopus and the octopus starts strangling him? Yeah. I was going to send you it and I thought, I'm not, because that might have been too advanced. He'd be up thinking about that all night.
A diver being strangled by an octopus is a bit much for a 5-year-old.
Well, he had it coming, yes. You shouldn't have disturbed the octopus, should he?
No.
So,
how big was it?
Like, I'll show you the video. Yeah.
Wow.
You'll see it on social media, yeah.
Octopus is it on TikTok? Yeah.
F you, I'll show you. Start strangling him.
Octopus diver.
Octopus strangles diver.
Strangle.
Yeah. Sorry, guys, just bear with us.
It's massive. That's what she said. Octopus strangles diver 40 feet underwater. Oh, God, he's going to... Oh.
It's not that one. That's not the...
That's a giant
one.
Pacific octopus.
giant
So this
Pacific
one, a giant
octopus.
Pacific octopus. You know,
Yes,
when
okay,
they
this one.
ink,
Yeah.
you
So the
let
ink
them
means
go. Let
that
them
means
go.
he's not happy, yeah.
Of course he's not happy. He's trying to warn off predators.
Right.
That's what the ink means.
So
And
goes round
he's
his
like,
arm here, I
he's
think,
like
and
trying to be
then-
all friendly. Oh,
I'm sure it's this one, yeah, look.
oh no. Oh, he's not like, oh, that looks sore. Poor octopus. Yeah, what's he doing? Why did you do that? He inked all over you as well. Oh my gosh.
Well, Cass, that's what happens.
Oh my gosh. And the other guy's just filming him.
I thought, let's just keep filming this.
I'm going to keep rolling.
Aye.
God, he's gone up to
that's
the surface
as far as I
now.
watched. I didn't watch the rest. But I
Let's
thought,
see if he dies or not.
No, I
Oh my God. Guys, don't turn us off to watch this video. Yeah, it's not great. Basically, if you see an octopus and it inks you, do not disturb it. Oh my God, he's got his tentacle on his gob and everything. Oh my God. That's pure raw fish right there. Oh my God. He's having a nightmare, right? Okay.
Aye. Well, that's it. But sometimes it's a good lesson not to piss off the sea life.
Don't do it. It's
leave them in their own
finest.
habitat and let them be them, you know?
Completely agree.
So-
Okay, so we'll try and get to the cup final then. We'll let you know
Okay.
if we're doing a live before then. But I mean, all in all, into the season, can I get your team ratings, please, out of 10? So for the season that they've had based on what it is that they can do and where they're punching, starting at number 12, Palace, out of 10, what are you giving them?
We'll give Palace a... How many games did they win in the end?
Oh, I don't have those stats.
You've got
They won
two.
2 games.
2, apologies. We'll give them a 2 out of 10 then.
I actually really like how Palace play.
I really like Palace, and they've got some really exciting players, ones to watch, and I think it's really important that they've been in the league and got a real taste of it again to see what the level's like again, and I'm sure they will come back up to.
Interesting. Spurs.
Oh,
Won 5 games.
3 out of 10 for Spurs. Right now, they've got too much experience in that squad not to be performing.
Leicester. Also finished on 20 points.
They seem to almost get a few random really good score lines and go about
They
their
won
business, and then they drop it. Yeah, that's what I mean. They can really be on it, or they can really be off it. So we'll give Leicester I'll give them a 5 out of 10.
Okay, fine. West Ham, 23 points this season.
23 points does not sound humongous.
But bearing in mind what we know about West Ham.
Yes, and what I think it's good to say credit to Rianne Skinner, because I think the players she's got in, and unless things have changed and they've been able to have a bit more of a budget and whatnot, I think she's done really well, and they play quite good football at times when they're on it. They've got a few really, really good players in the squad right now. Yeah. We played them in the Conti Cup, and you could see they had a few players, just like she was giving some of them maybe weren't playing all the time, and then some that would be playing a bit, and you could just see some of them were tidy players, like looked all right, looked par. So yeah, if they can keep that squad together, I think they're building. Hopefully West Ham will back them a bit more and give them a bit more money to help them out. So yeah, I'll give West Ham a good 6 out of 10 right now.
Oh, that's kind.
Yeah,
Everton, 24 points they finished with this season.
Everton sometimes frustrate me because they just want to play football and go forward all the time. Sometimes I'm a bit like, do they need to constantly do that? But I guess it's his way, and that's what he believes in. And they've got a great goalkeeper like Courtney Brosnan goals, and I'm sure she actually pulls them out of a few goals.
She is wicked.
Yeah.
Like, if we see her, Courtney Brosnan, playing at Man City or Man United, she'd be the goalkeeper of the season. But because Everton, I don't think, get a lot of eyes for the women.
Courtney really worked hard
to
claim her number 1 spot at Everton. I think she stayed there, then kind of got there and stayed there, worked hard to get that, and I think she
could get bought out, I think, for a big money move.
I think she could have left. She could have left before, but I think she thought, no,
I'll get my stripes here.
And credit to her, and I think Everton now probably value how important she is to that squad. Obviously the Ireland team.
Yeah, fair, and she's very, very good. Can we just talk about Everton next season? The women will get to play at Goodison Park. The men will finish up this season, and then they'll head to Bramley-Moore Dock. Now, I went to Goodison recently with TalkSport for their final Merseyside derby that would have been at Goodison. It ended up postponed because of the weather, but anyway, had a good amount of time at Goodison, and it was one of the oldest stadiums, that you're going to get, with a first 3-tiered stadium. It's got all these firsts that clubs will never have because Everton did it before anyone. But why not build? It's like, I feel it. I don't know if I'm being a bit of a cow here and a bit burning my bra, but you're moving out because it's not good enough for you, so we'll give it to the women now. I'm a bit like, why not you go together to this new club, this new stadium? We are Everton, and this is Bramley-Moore Dock, and here we are, all as one club. Is that not smarter, or do they just are they just not thinking?
No, I get what you're saying, and I totally get that.
It'd be so much
However,
more
when I look
impressive.
at when I was actually at Leicester at the time, we were in the pits and the pits of the pits, and then Leicester had built their new training ground, and the guys left, and the women moved in to the old training ground, and that was you were like, this great. You had the whole facility to yourself, like full quality facility to yourself. And that is unbelievable to have access to that. So thinking like Everton's pitch and stadium, yes, it's an old school stadium, whatever like that, but the pitch is immaculate. Do you know what I mean? They can do wee tweaks inside it to tidy it up a bit for the players in certain areas, like in the changing room, stuff like that. You've also got to keep in mind, Everton have been playing at, I can't even remember where their home ground is, what the name is. So I was blowing a gale, so I was windy. And one thing they don't have is a big turnout of fans. They've obviously got a few diehards that come all the time to the games. So I don't think you could really put them in a new stadium, expect to really have a great atmosphere. So we know that Everton's old stadium is not massive. It's not a huge capacity. I always remember being in it, being like, oh my God, this is tiny, is what my thoughts were once.
It's cosy.
It's compact. So if they could, their ambition could be, let's start to get fans in regularly to this stadium. I think Liverpool can come, and I don't want to cause any controversy here in Liverpool, but
it's literally next door.
But they get more fans. There seems to be, like when you look at the Evertonians, like that was a smaller ground. Anfield's a lot bigger. Do you know what I mean? And now you're going, right, well, if the women can make that and keep growing, and Everton need to work harder at like really getting the women's fans along at the games, because what a fortress that could be. That could be really special to be playing there, playing at Goodison and making it their own. That'd be unbelievable. I'm sure the academy and stuff will play there too. But yeah, so I get what you're saying, but I also think amazing.
Like when you were saying that Leicester gave you the old men's training facilities because they went to the new one, but then they also gave the women the King Power.
They did. They were playing there from early on.
Recognition because Leicester aren't flying up the fucking table.
Leicester did do it well, because I remember that year that they were in the Championship. And it was crap. We were at this Aylstone pitch. It was like a public pitch we were on, and it was COVID times. We were literally getting changed in a tent at first. And then the home ground was a crap AstroTurf pitch.
I thought you were going to say a crap on the pitch.
No, it probably was on the training pitch, in fairness. And that was rubbish. And then it was like this mad change. Boom, whatever it was, January came, and then you were in the training ground. And then not long after that, they finished the season in April, and then they were into the King Power, and they've been there since.
Yeah.
So they're doing it great.
Is that I know that, and this is where I do thoroughly, I enjoy the Arsenal movement, because I've watched the whole thing happen. You've been there in real time and enjoyed it all. I still love Boreham Wood packed out. It's got it all, but they made sure the opportunity was there. One of the games this season, which was controversial, was moved because I think Arsenal had the Palace in the Cup, and then they had to make sure the men got the stadium that night and the girls were taken away from it and all that kind of stuff. And I'm like, hey, that is a shame kind of thing. That is a shame.
That's a small thing though, because that wasn't happening. It was changing. Let's be honest, like what it is their ground, and they've welcomed the women in.
Absolutely.
So I wouldn't be.
When I say it's their ground, I would say it's actually it's the club. Now. It's the club's
it's
ground.
The club's ground now. Yeah.
So it's. But I do think maybe you're right. Maybe I should embrace the Everton thing more about going to Goodison, and there is brilliant positives there for the women. But I'm also a bit like, oh no, you could have gone. We're going to be the first club to open up a brand new stadium for our club, men and women.
Yeah.
For me, that's not difficult to suss out.
Yeah.
Albeit I don't want to fucking take the shine off it, even though I already have.
Yeah. So what are we giving points to?
Go on then. What are you giving them?
5.5 to Everton.
Oh, okay then. Let's go up to Liverpool.
Liverpool, I think Matt Beard obviously stepped away, and he's done his part. I think he really has done his part for Liverpool. And then with Amber coming in, I think she's been fantastic. We'll give Liverpool 6.
Okay, Aston Villa. Okay, it's incredible they're in 6 because they had a shocking season.
They had a really poor start. And what did they get? 5 wins on the trot there, or something like that?
Just shows you how the WSL. That's why we need to grow this league.
And they should be, because of the players in that squad. They should be. Do you know what? We'll give Villa a 5. now, only for their strong finish to the season.
You're right, it wasn't enough the way through. Brighton.
Does that contradict? I'm giving maybe a team more points than where
No,
this
is your point system, Karen.
Anyway, yeah.
Brighton. Finish fifth.
I think they obviously invested a lot of money, got a few players in, maybe expected a bit more from them. Also, it takes a lot of time to gel. It doesn't happen overnight. We will give Villa Brighton. Give Brighton a 6. Also want to see Brighton getting away from that stadium that they're playing in, because in the winter it's the pits. It's not good enough in winter. The pitch can be a mess, and obviously we know that Brighton are now building a women's stadium, isn't it? That started, so I'm like, let them use Amex right now, well, especially in winter when that pitch is shite.
Man City,
a bit, again, you know how I feel about Man City, but they finished in 4th. I think they've done positive business going forward, so we'll give Man City a 7.
A 7?
That's quite high. It's quite high. It's quite high. But I'm looking on their season, but they're building a few players in. I'm taking the injuries into consideration for a few games. Like they had the heavy squad out. I'm just going to give them a 7. That's me being quite generous, but I'm expecting a better season next season.
Man United,
7.5.
Arsenal,
I'm going to give them an 8 for how they turned around and collected points, and they've got themselves to a Champions League final. Chelsea, I'd like to wait till next week to give my score on Chelsea. Why? To see how the FA Cup goes. But could take that into consideration for United too, I guess.
Yeah, true.
But I'm going to give Chelsea a 9.5 right now, and if they win the cup, it'll go right up to 10.
Okay. Who won the League Cup? Chelsea. Yeah, because they're on for a treble, aren't they?
Yeah.
Domestic treble. Who did they play?
Jeez,
Liverpool. No.
What was it?
Man United.
We need to edit this, Cass. Who was it?
I'm not doing
it.
Did Chelsea.
Was it Arsenal?
I think it might have been Arsenal. No, because Arsenal got knocked out by Liverpool, so it must have been
Liverpool.
Chelsea women.
Where was it?
It was in fucking Derby or something, wasn't it?
It was. Oh yeah, because that was in. What month did that take place?
Aye, it was Liverpool.
When was that?
Like March
or something?
Yeah, it was ages ago.
Yeah. Well,
Champions League Chelsea became the first women's Super League side to finish a 22 season game unbeaten victory over Liverpool. Oh, no, that must have been today then. What? Yeah, it must have been Liverpool.
We really don't know. I can't remember what happened yesterday, so don't come at me for any stats.
No, that's fine.
That's that.
That's fine. Someone will be sure to correct us.
But look, the game's come a long way. And even when you look back to, like we're talking about Arsenal, and now it's becoming the norm of them being at the Emirates and getting 30, 40 plus thousand fans consistently there.
Amazing.
That's only happened the last 2 years, really. The last 2 years. I remember rocking up to the Emirates early on when they were playing, and there would have been about maybe 5,000 people there or something like that. Like there wasn't many people. I've been there at Bournemouth, and there wouldn't even be 15
people.
There wouldn't be So it shows you how far the game has come and how far it's got to go. Now the rest of the teams are catching up in these sort of departments. But the future is bright. There's a long way to go. Especially the top teams are maybe better off than the bottom half of the table, and then you look at the Championship, and it's a mixed bag at times. But it's getting there, and hopefully keep pushing.
I think
my thing is in Ireland right now. Like that is, there's so much work to do.
Oh yeah, you're way at the beginning on that journey. To be honest, like even I think, if you don't mind me saying, because I know it's your place of work, but I think even though it's not completely linked, the calendars, I'm like, I feel that all those calendars should be the same.
I touched on that, and I know my manager had kind of just like for the guys and stuff. There's something to do with the guys and to do with the Europa stuff for like that. But I was going to be great for the women because of that could tie in. That would be great, and especially if you get a young player that goes over and they're not quite cutting it right now. So if they come back to play minutes, and then if their main club calls them back, stuff like that, it could work good like that.
Yeah, definitely.
But
like, listen, it's going to start somewhere. I mean, I still can't believe looking back at the the footage and those pictures of Dick Care ladies, like those images of Dick Care ladies.
What's that, Kiss?
Oh my God, Cash, you've not.
What? Is that where it was all the women playing in the stadium? It sold out already.
And it was like 80,000 people, and then they banned.
Okay. Yeah, why did they get banned?
The war. It was to do with the war, wasn't it?
I don't know.
Yeah, all the men were sent off to war, and the women were playing football, and then it was all banned. I mean, actually, there's a brilliant film out about it. We should absolutely watch it together. But the footage, I'm like, you're now clawing back 50 years worth of what was already a thing, and then you're trying to break down barriers of people who just don't believe that women deserve a place in football. That plus a ban added on top, plus pure sexist freaks.
Yeah,
I think
we've seen that there is players out there that are quality, that can really play at a high level. The game's only going one way. I just think it's important that we get. I always look and I go, the boys are exposed to such a higher level of coaching early on, like in the technical details. Yes, get like the game lights at the game and play formations. I've taught that too about shape and all that. But like in terms of real technical details, I think right now the women's game's behind and there's catching up to do there. When you look at like clubs, like academies, main clubs, main teams, they've got individual specific coaches in to work with the defence, to work with all the units, the midfielders, the forwards, the goalkeepers. They've got them coaches in place.
Yeah.
We don't in the women's game right now, and that's one thing that I think is missing, especially when you see the younger ones coming through right now. Some of them are not getting the real technical aspects of their positions. And I think that there's a big opportunity there in the women's game to get more coaches like that involved. Yeah. And I think that will also help take the game further, faster, quicker.
It's funny, this Lamine Yamal, who 17. Yeah. 17. I mean, one of the players who played against them for Inter the other night was seen kind of hugging him at the end of the game when they're knocked out. And he's talking to him, and then the interviewer said to the Inter player, like, what were you saying to Lamine Yamal? And it was like, when I was 17, I was celebrating finishing second in a youth cup. Like, you're in the semi-finals of the Champions League. You've got nothing to be upset about, kind of thing. He's just a winner, but that's the thing.
I don't understand why he's that good right now.
La Masia,
that advanced.
Messi, him, Bonmati, Pep. Like, they study it from
what
a young
are they doing
age?
Over there? I would love to. You would love to go in over there for a month and be like, what the fuck's going on? What is it they're doing? I'm sure Emma Byrne had said, like, obviously her partner was at Barcelona, so she obviously like lives, she's here now, but was
Vicky
living in Barcelona.
La Masia?
Yeah, she grew up playing for Barca. I'm sure. I don't know what age she was. She was Barcelona captain. She won Champions League.
No. I remember well, but was she was so famed La Masia Youth Academy.
Yeah, I'm like, what? And I'm sure Emma had said, like,
so they just learn differently.
All they do is stuff for the ball, and it's all technical, and it's all rondos and possession is what they do.
What's rondos?
Rondos is like boxes, and it's like possession boxes.
Of course.
Just possession boxes, and you can make obviously different sizes, like different grids. But it's just football in a box, keep the ball, pass, move. And then obviously comes doing it under pressure. You're getting faster at doing it, you're pressing people, there's a lot of intensity in it. And then obviously they're working on how to receive the ball and how to just turn out of trouble. Just everything, like they're just so ahead. They're just so ahead. You'd love to see it.
So that said, just to end this chat tonight,
we're going to La Masia for a summer break. Me and Cass, can't you say it?
Just imagine me in there. I'm like, your Spanish wine's lovely. That said, how do you think the Champions League final goes?
A final is a final, and I think Arsenal, credit to them, they deserve to be there. And they'll just be going on with this mentality of, it's a final, it's a game of football, 90 plus minutes, give it a fucking good bash. My only worry is if they go with the let's go toe to toe with them. And I don't know if there will be a bit of that arrogance in there, but do it, or do they actually just totally surprise everyone and go, boom, we are banking up and just trying to stay in this game as long as possible, because you've got to respect Barcelona. Again, you've got to respect them, not be too respectful of them. You've got to go in and be like, let's get into them a bit and upset them and piss them off. And do they just go old school and frustrate them, slow the game down? I do not have a clue, but I just think yes, it's a final, but I think Barcelona are what they do. They're out and they're hungry, and I just don't know. Arsenal haven't played them in a while, and I think that's like they've just got to stay in the game. But I think it's going to be a Barcelona win for me.
Okay. Thank you so much for.
What about you, Kiss?
I think if I'm going with my head, I'm saying it's Barcelona. If I'm thinking this team that's won the quadruple in 2007, not been at that level for quite some time, have been absolutely shocking in the league. Shocking enough. Okay, they finished second. I'm like, is it possible? Could they just frustrate them and get a win?
Anything's possible. It's a final. Anything's possible.
I've seen City get them this season. You can get them. So I think my head's saying no Barca, and then my heart's going possibly Arsenal could, and that would be fucking mental. If Arsenal in 2 weeks' time are Champions League winners, it'll be nuts. But that is the beauty of a one-off game.
That's that. But now it's like I feel like Champions League is like you've got to really earn that. And that's a season but
that's what I'm like. Again, it'd be Barcelona.
As a final. I think a lot of people would love to see Arsenal do it, and there's that belief because they've got there, and their season's not been great, and they've still finished second in the WSL. But then you look at Chelsea, who have been the powerhouse of the WSL in England, and they got battered. Chelsea probably kicking themselves a bit, but I think they actually speak of Barcelona going, yeah. Like we were sloppy, but they're still too good right now. You make a mistake and you're punished. I think that's it. So unless Barcelona have a really off day, and Arsenal need to have a bit of luck on their side, and everyone needs to be firing. But right now, for me, I'm going to stand by a Barcelona win. But good luck to Arsenal and enjoy it. What occasion it's going to be, I won't see any of it. So when I come off the pitch, I'll check my scores. See what happens.
It's 5 o'clock kickoff you've got as well, right?
I've got a 6 o'clock kickoff.
Oh, you're missing the whole thing. You're missing the whole thing. Okay, like and subscribe. Please jump in the comments. Let us know your thoughts, and we'll let you know what happens on social media regarding a watch along next week, or if we're going to go to the game. If we go to the game, we'll vlog it. But have a good week. Stay well. Stay good, and we'll see you again very soon.
Stay humble.
Bye.